On the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. AlexOCrypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto. 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 What you know about juice? Making the moves, data flow casual, breaking the news. Revenue proof, a building portfolios taking well over exceptional gain. I'm trapping this game, so participation ain't a hard knock. I put in the work so you got knowledge. You ain't drawing with luck when you following us. The result is a pants full of fat pockets. Bada bang, that's an otter gang with an auto flame. With a lot of hate, get about the lane, ain't about the trade. Have another trade, get another play. They playing God so pretentious. Grapes in these waters forbidden. Well indeed, that's a felony. Don't look at me for the TRB. Have you heard of TRB? I don't know. On the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. AlexOCrypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto, on the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. AlexOCrypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto. 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 AlexOCrypto.
Good morning. What is going on, Otter Gang? What is going on, everybody? Hopefully we're all doing well. My God. Up only. Up only, man. Sorry about those shorts. We are definitely printing here. I asked ChatGPT for some dad jokes. What did Ethereum say to Bitcoin during the bull run? Catch me if you gas. That's bad. ChatGPT, man. We got to work on these. Why did the altcoin apply for therapy? Because it had serious identity issues and kept getting compared to Bitcoin. See, these are like ChatGPT. We gotta do some more work here. Why don't crypto dads use banks anymore? Because they prefer their jokes and their wallets to be decentralized. You're fired. You're fired. All right. Oh, man. I like the old school dad jokes. Okay, I'm probably, I'm already demonetized. But the old school dad jokes were like, you're not going to get any... I remember this one. It's like, you're not going to get any sympathy here. The only place you're going to get sympathy is in the dictionary. It's between shit and syphilis. That was the best kind of joke. Anyways, we'll keep going here. A little bit too early for that one? I don't think so. Come on, we're hanging out. Good morning, Otter Gang. Good to see you guys in the chat. Much love to every single one of you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. That's like an old school joke, isn't it? Sympathy between, poop and syphilis. Yeah. Anyways, what's going on, everybody? Up only right now. I'm in a great mood. How are you guys feeling? Are you guys in a good mood? How do you guys are you guys, when you wake up, are you in that kind of like, man, damn, oh man kind of mood, or are you like, let's go, baby? I mean, we're never like, let's go, like right away, but you get half a cup of coffee in you and your beautiful Otter Gang mug and your Otter Gang sweater and your we need Otter Gang slides now after yesterday. And that's the one, man. That's the one. This is never financial advice. We're just here hanging out. Oh, baby. So up only, up only. Good morning, Rashad, David Brumbelow, Clay the Great. Hooty hoo. Let's go, baby. Muckin'. What's going on? Good to see you. Good afternoon. How we doing? Good to see you all. Skyrie Zonas, my man. Sometimes you wonder, are they man or a woman? And then I realize, I should assume their gender as a man because I think 96% of my audience is male. Okay, so if you are a female, I apologize, but what's up, man? What's going on, Saphir? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm now scheduling the streams ahead of time. Like, I will finish my stream, then I'll schedule my stream. It just works out better for, like, my workflow. So when I get here in the morning, all I got to do is turn on Streamlabs and press go live. Done. Done like dinner. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm not like ever. I'm always on time, but I don't want to scramble ever. So anything to make the workflow a little bit smoother, And you guys can come and drop me comments while I'm waiting. Over 12 hours. Price action. That's the one, Wave Cipher. That does include structure too. So I like price action is king. We know that. Good morning, Wave Cipher. Donato Cabrera. What's going on? Cabrera and Caruso. Good morning, brother. And gang. Let's go, baby. Let's go. How we all doing this morning? Dan Bartley, good morning to you. Donato Cabrera, Curtis Hill, Alexandra G. Chantel, good morning, everyone. Chantel, I'm going to assume you're a lady. See? Alexandra G, I'm going to assume you're a lady because I've heard your voice. That would be if Alexandra G was a man, I mean, they never dropped. You know what I mean? So, I'm got to be careful about that. Wody, what's going on? Good morning. Alex B, Curtis Hill, Schreithaus. I can't say your name properly, man. Shaitrowski. My short's getting washed for a hot day today, yeah. No shorts. This is up only. Neil, good morning. Andrew, Cameron, my man. Canadian family. What's going on? Caveman. Good morning to you, gang. Let's go. Jay Valid in the house. What's up, Jay Valid? How's it going down under? Thanks for tuning in late in the evening. Down under. Super Ofertas. Good morning. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. ENNN. What up, Alex? I made the live. Let's go. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out. I think I lost everybody with the sympathy joke. But look at this. This is the weirdest kind of pattern I have ever seen in my life. This is like if a balloon dog made love to a giraffe, made love to I don't know. We could switch this to a line chart. Maybe that would give us a better idea, right? You guys ever do that? Switch it to a line chart? Oh, weird people. We could go to a line chart here. This is really ugly. Really ugly. Like, really ugly. Anybody try these volume candles? They're horrible, too. Just keep it on normal candles. Maybe some Heiken-Ashi every now and then. Yeah, this is just trying to confuse people. A lot of people confused. So we have a lot of liquidity, everybody. Oh, my God, do we ever? Holy smokes. Look at this. We're going to the moon. Will we come down? That is the question. Now, my concern right now, friends, is the VIX. I hate this. Like, I don't know if I have the capability to trade when the VIX is this low. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all can help me out, but this is painful. This is like torture. So, yeah, that's that. My God. But Bitcoin's up only right now. So we're going to do some top-down analysis. There's a lot of good things going on, and there's a lot of concerning things as well. My main happiness is coming from the fact that we've closed above this high. This is like, I'm sure Wave Cypher's like, thank God we've closed above this high. Because what does this do? This allows us to look for a higher low. Woo-hoo-hoo. Structure, baby. Structure. A candle close. Do we have a 12-hour candle close? Oh, baby. We just got a 12-hour candle close above this high. Now, if we're like weirdos and we do like regression trends, okay, some of us do that. Regression trends. Regression trends are like good because they're not really, you can't really interpret them differently. They are what they are. You could go here. That's kind of cheating. You can go up here. But we are on the brink, in my opinion. We are on the brink of a potential pop. Pop. Like legit. Because when they go up, they do not give it back. Okay? And when they go up, they also stall it out for a day and then they pop. Look at this one. Right over here. They stall it out and then they pop. They stall it out and then they pop. Now, I'm not telling you to put on your hopium slippers and get out, the Kool-Aid and drink it or whatever. Oh, yeah. But they stall it out and then they pop it. And you'll never catch it. Up only. Nah, I don't want you guys just to press buy. That's not what we're here for. We want to use our brains. We want to make good financial decisions based on statistics and high probabilities. So right now, we have momentum. Momentum to the upside in many different directions here. We can go from any low here, but we can see that price, this is probably your biggest macro one right here to follow. Price is up only right now. Now, in our Discord, we do teach how to get into an uptrend like this. There's a couple of tools you may want to use. VWAP being one of them. EMAs, surprisingly enough, do help with this as well. So if you go over here, so like a 9/21/55 is a commonly used EMA that you can use maybe on like a 5-minute. Right? You can see here, anytime you get into your 55, you press buy. Okay? Pretty useful. The crossover, okay? There are tools for this, but at any given time, you're at risk for a rug, meaning this thing can dump on your ass, and you better be prepared. Okay? Super Ofertas, good morning. Curtis Hill, Shriyan Panday, good morning to you. Sean Beringer, love it. What a good name, man. What a good name. Curtis Hill, good morning. Dan, straight up Dan. I'm going to call you Daniel. Good morning to you. Thank you for saying good morning. Good morning, JRMO, Philly Skills, Golden Child, Nonstop, Vikrant Kale, Sonny, Horwell. Good morning, bro. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Crypto Caveman, Troll Games, Rob S. Troll Games. You got to troll me, then. You can't just say good morning. Another Dan. We got two Dans in here. What's up, Dan? Dan. Top of the morning, Crypto King, my brother. Chris Ford Ranger, good morning. Honor gang. Neil Lewis, good morning. Newbie Crypto, Travis. J Violet, David Brumblow, F-Bomb, Newbie Crypto. Night Rains. Happy sunrise, Otter. Gang. Let's go, man. The gangs are out here. We do require one thing on this channel, and that's to say good morning. Don't be a weirdo, man. I ain't got, Don't be a weirdo. I wish we could see the people who are here who don't say good morning, and we could just, do maybe like a kick. Like we kick a couple of people, just for not saying good morning. Like, I don't know this name. Bam. But now we don't have any lurkers. But we can still call them lurkers. I see you back there. In your SpongeBob SquarePants boxers. In your gross room there. Your gross room with your wanking chariot and your box of Kleenexes. Okay, maybe we're going too far. Oh, man. You know it's true, guys. Come on. There is someone out there. There's someone out there. Oh, this AlexOCrypto is disgusting. I'm going to report him. You can't. You can keep reporting me. We're like demonetized and all that stuff, so it's so good. Good morning, Wayne C. Hopefully your wife made you a wonderful tuna sandwich or something. Or as they say in England, tuna. A tuna sandwich. Paper Planes, my brother. A&J, Marcus, hello. What's going on, Milan? F-Bomb, David Brumbelow. Oh, man. This is the channel where we go way too far, and then there's a line, and then we jump over the line and do jumping jacks, okay? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Look at all these guys. Steve Hickey in the chat. What's going on? Milan, J Violet, Paper Planes, Al Jr., let's go. Let's go, baby. Okay, nice roll over here. Nice roll over here. So VWAP below us here. Nice uptrending momentum. Higher highs, higher lows. Coming into some resistance as we speaking. Stuck in the middle with you. Okay. Looking a little bit higher. 107 is kind of a key target here. If we can continue to push. Damn, this is aggressive. Numb arms these days. It's that's the diamond fingers, Saphir. The diamond hands. Diamond fingers. Golden child. Need some espresso. Let's go. Grandmaster Abe. What's up, man? Yeah. Okay. Readjust, Grandmaster Ape. Readjust, man. The resets. One thing at a time, man. Zen Zen Regen. What's going on, man? Good to see you here. Zen Zen Regen. I'm female. Thank you for being here. What up, girl? Bloody Crypto. Muckin'. Like a Duracell drummy bunny every morning. Let's go. I love mornings. Me too. I love it too. Why didn't Superman attend the Bitcoin conference? It was kryptonite. I love it. Ando Pancho, Crypto Birdie, Castile. Good morning, Mr. Brumbelow. Good morning. God bless you, bro. Keith Fortich. I've met Brumbelow in real life. He is an absolute gem of a human. I got 2 hugs out of him. At least 2 hugs. I met his son and his wife. Love you, Brumbelow. God bless you, bro. He's not one of those guys in his SpongeBob boxers, okay? I am a female. What's going on, reality? Good morning. HRJ Trading. Good morning, bro. How's it going? Zen Zen. Gains for life. Let's go, baby. Gains for life, man. Such a gem of a human. Man, this is this is so aggressive, man. This price action. Whew. We're gonna get through it. We'll be okay. We got Jerome Powell speaking today. I haven't worn my hat on stream in so long. I figured, it'd be for those members, for those people who've been here for a long time, what is on the front of the hat? Maybe we do a giveaway. What is on the front of this hat? I wonder if someone remembers. I think I've only shown it once. Ando Pancho, Saphir, Albert, Rajag. Good morning, man. Good to see you. Saphir, Dave Digital. Gang. Monterey Aquarium. That's amazing. That Monterey's are cool, man. Dominance is ripping, guys. Okay, another thing to keep in mind. Bitcoin's ripping and alts are down. Look at ETH. ETH is down. I can't show you ETH because we do have a trade set up in our Discord, but jeez. It's a weird market right now. What a weird time to be in crypto. Rashad asks you to please like and subscribe. Dusty Hunt, start over. I was in YouTube rabbit hole and forgot to come here. What's going on, Dusty? Good to see you, bro. Sniper's Nightmare in the chat, my bro. Ayo, I never thought I'd hear Alex spit in the EMA facts. I mean, they work. I use EMAs when price is up only, when it's trending, like aggressively trending. There's ways to get into this with structure. There's ways to get into this with order blocks safely with good risk management, and then the EMAs help a lot as well. Okay. Neil, what's going on? Lurker, good morning. Richard, what's going on? What's on the front of Crypto Rob knows? It's a Deadpool hat. Yeah. Okay. Crypto Rob's an OG. Shout out to Crypto Rob. Did anybody else say Deadpool? No. Got Kleenex to freshen up the. Yeah, you got it to dust the screens off of Gains for Life. It's definitely for that. Oh, man. Hey, man, I got Kleenex beside my desk, too. It's for blowing my nose. No joke intended, okay? How's it going, Sniper? Good to see you, bro. How are you going to buy that boat or what? We need the price to go up first. No lurkers allowed. Curtis Hill, Daga DT. What's going on, Daga? Good morning, brother. How you been? Yukon, Big. Good morning. Good morning. M1, Richard Ritchie. Gang, let's go. That dang dude again. Hello, I'm driving. Drive safely, please. We tried to announce the price levels as we approach them. We're going to do some top-down analysis shortly here. We got 220 people in here, 63 likes, though. Maybe if we get those likes up to, let's say, 75, then we'll do the top-down announcement. Call me Dave. Good morning, Sir Gang. Gains for Life. Kava. Good morning. Golden Child. Unholy Audio. Curtis Hill. B-Rad. What's going on, guys? William Lake. Golden Child. F-Bomb. Steve Hickey. Army Piper in the chat. Magic Mike. So we have entries here on the larger time frames. Right now, there are some setups in my Discord for the higher term time frames. I mean, I post in there all the time, trying to help everybody navigate. Stay up, Grandmaster Abe. God bless you, bro. You'll be all right, man. Stay close. If you need anything, let us know, man. You family. A pink card. The occasional gambler. I like the name, man. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Oh, man. Morning, Dingbat. R Pink, good morning. Locomotion. Baby Otter. Can you guys hear Baby Otter in the background? He's having a little cry right now. Can you guys hear him? Aw. No. No way you can hear him. You can hear my little boy. Yeah, he's teething like crazy, so he's definitely crying a lot. Aw. What a big crybaby. We love him. He'll be all right. Maybe my mic is too loud. I don't know why my mic's changed since I like updated my Streamlabs and stuff like that. So I can hear him too. Aw. He'll be all right. All right, so we got some likes. Great. Love it. Okay, we're at 79 likes. 236. Bum bum bum. All right, let's jump into it. Do 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 boop boo do do. Demonetized. All right. So, what are we looking to do here? What's going on? Why is price going up only? Well, it's a little bit of supply and demand and some hopium, right? Like hopium that the price action is now recovering and we're back into the range. So what is really good in here is that we have definitely pushed into a higher area of volume. Okay, so when we do this, typically I'm looking for a retest, okay? Looking for that retest back into this key area here. And that's basically where our green box is for the day. You can see we have some green boxes and some red boxes. So target being at the top here, about 107.5 for us to continue up to. Also targeting up to the value area high here, into this liquidity, into this area in here. Okay, but really trying to push, which is great. We can see we do have a beautiful volume node at 105.5 that will hold us up if we do come back down and retest it. Okay, so we're prepared for these levels as well. Level to level, not easy price action to trade. Okay, so what I tend to do is whenever you're trending in an uptrend like this, there's ways to get into a trend. So break of momentum, continuation trades, higher highs, higher lows, retests of previous highs, and retests of order blocks. Okay, so I was able to get long here last night and take this up into here, okay, off of the momentum break in here. I was also able to get short yesterday here at 2:30 with the cysteine trading channel that I was on last night. Okay, so I did not hold this. I have closed this because this is slow and painful. Okay, however, when you're uptrending, you always want to understand that you have a couple of options to retest and continue. Okay, let's turn this up. So retest to previous highs, continuation. It's always something on the table. All right, all the way through. You can see that works all the way through. Retest to previous highs, right? So Alex said retest to previous highs, continuation. When you push out above the high quite aggressively, okay, you can look for the retest of highs, stop loss below the low. Retest of the highs, stop loss below the low. Retest of highs, stop loss below the low. You guys catching my drift? Retest of the highs, stop loss below the low. Okay, you're safe every time. You're safe every time. Stop loss below the low. Retest of the highs, stop loss below the low. You're safe. So you're getting long here. Stop loss below the low. And you're safe. Retest to previous highs, stop loss. Now that's a bit deep, isn't it? So if it's a bit deep and it's a bad R multiple, what do? You wait for it to come lower. Okay? That's when you use fair value gaps. That's when you use order blocks. That's when you use Fibonacci. Okay? And you're just trying to get on the trend. Now, like I said, we could also use EMAs. Okay, and I'm not a big EMA guy, but when price is running away from you and you're pissed off and you're not shorting this, by the way. When do you short this? Everybody in our Discord knows, but once you confirm structure to the downside, confirm, meaning you must break this low, you must retest, and you must break this low. That is where you go short. Don't mess with this. Especially in a Bitcoin price action. This thing is going up, man. You guys know that. Okay? There's no substantial break of structure. Maybe this one faked you out. Or maybe this one faked you out. Okay? But from here onwards, it's up only. Comprende? We all comprende, right? So now, what are we looking for? Shorts? What did we just say, right? Not yet. Patience will prevail. I think we're highly overextended. However, we've done a great job of mitigating this high, which is incredible. A 12-hour candle close above this high. We could potentially be going for a daily candle close above this high, which is hella bullish, okay? Because we have now flipped structure so we can look for a higher low with confidence, okay? Which is what we really want. What we really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, okay? So a nice push, a nice break. Look for continuation. That's where we're at, right? So we want to jump on trend safely. However, if we do get the structure to show us that we are going to reverse a bit, we can get short. When we are in an aggressive uptrend, which we are, we should be considering that our shorts are going to be short-lived and our longs can have longevity, meaning we leave runners on all of these, but we take profits earlier on the shorts. Okay? We want to trade with the trend because it is our friend. And we want to use good risk management at all times. Looking at Market Cipher. Market Cipher 12-hour looks great. The daily is the interesting one for me. We got 3 white soldiers coming up here. We got a beautiful overextended VWAP here, but we're above the zero line again, guys. This big gap that we were talking about, look at this. We're above the zero line again, baby. Let's go. Big deal, okay? Big deal. Now, the 3-day is something I'm also watching. It still has a day and a half to print, but we got a green dot, baby, and we got a VWAP crossover. This looks money flow. As long as we push on this 3-day candle, this looks like it wants to go to Valhalla. Looking good. So the hopium slippers are... I got one shoe on, okay? I got one shoe on. Now, the biggest concern with the price action right now, in my opinion, is going into Thursday and Friday is this right here. Why? Can anybody tell me why? Beautiful stochastics, overextended VWAP, and a potential trigger wave with red money flow. Okay, so for me, if we get some bad data or data coming in on Thursday and Friday, which is GDP and core PCE, which are quite important, and we'll be streaming this, of course. But if we get bad data, we could have that 12-hour trigger wave absolutely crush our hearts. So I'm preparing you now for this, okay? Don't be surprised if Bitcoin poops the bed on Thursday, Friday, okay? And I would expect a little retracement possibly today. If we push up here or down, I would expect something along those lines. Safe rather than sorry, right? Aware, plan for the worst, prepare for the best, right? Then we get into the 8-hour looking good. Inward curvature, inward curvature. Curvature is very important on Market Cipher, okay? Very important. Look at the 4-hour. I think the 4-hour is the best. Yeah. The 4-hour, look at this. You start inward curving here, outward curving here, and then you got like the half pipe. Okay, this is the half pipe here, baby. We got Tony Hawk up here doing like indies and stuff. Nice rounding. Okay, so this is very important. Holding that zero line. Money flow to the upside. Very strong. When Market Cipher, when stochastics and RSI are together, that's when Market Cipher is the strongest, okay? And you can test this anywhere. Go and look at this one here, right? Look at this dump. There it is. That's a dump, baby. See how they're together? They're in unison. Look at that. That is a dump, baby. Okay? Okay. So a little bit of a rollover right now. Nothing too serious. We'll be patient. Going into the 3, the 2, the 1. Very similar. Overextended a little bit. 2. 3-hour flattening out, like really flat. Which is strengths, right? This is just continuation up. No sort of momentum either way. Just continuation up. Okay? Money flow crossover. 2-hour, 1 hour. Very similar. Okay? Onwards and upwards. Now, because we're going up on price action, right? What we're waiting for is this, right? We get a bearish divergence. So we wait for that. We'll see what we get. Jeez, this is This is just slow and up. Slow and up. And I bet you so many people were shorting this. I mean, we were looking for the short off the SFP here. That was the initial short. I took a short here, and I got stopped out in profit. But now it's just been the grind up, man. The grind up. Pretty wild. So, as we say, we're going to be patient today. We're going to wait for price to come to us. Right now, price is not coming anywhere. It's actually very slow. Bitcoin dominance continuing to rip. Altcoins, kind of in the red here. Not kind of doing much, okay? Sui, flat. Solana, flat. Link, injective, okay, flat. SEI, still pretty flat, even after that big move. XRP, flat. Hype, still flat. Yeah, interesting. So, total 3 is pretty flat. Dominance is slowly creeping up. So right now it's just the waiting game, the patience, right? The patience. The NASDAQ here has made new highs, everybody. The NASDAQ has made all-time highs, everybody. Incredible. Incredible. Let me know in the chat if you're long or if you're short or if you're sitting on your hands. 1, 2, or 3, long, short, or chillin'. Let me know in the chat. Randy Hipper in the chat. What's going on, Randy? Good to see you in here. R Pink, what's going on? Steve Hickey, Prem, Kumar, good morning. Crypto Rob, Ondo Poncho, Brave Dave, Golden Child. We got an amber necklace. We got the amber necklace already, Golden Child. We got the amber necklace. We've given him the necklace. Mike sounds great. Thanks, Knight. Top down. Just call me Al. Good morning. Thank you for being here, everybody. I do appreciate you guys. We got a whole bunch of beautiful people in here. 270 people here. 98 likes. If you don't mind slapping up that like button a little bit more, that would be much appreciated, so that we can get a whole plethora of otters in the chat. Up only. Okay? Up only. And slow and painful up only. So. Okay. So looking to get up to 107.6 right now. Looking for a structure change for the short. That's about 0.5%. Not bad. Not bad. We'll see. Django, what's going on? Good to see you. Rashad, Mark Dutch in the chat. What's going on, bro? Saphir, don't mess with the trend. That's the one. Randy Hipper in the chat. What's going on, Randy? Hopefully you're doing well. I have joined the Shadow Band Club. I have now earned my Shadow Band Crypto Club, Randy. They have demonetized my channel. That doesn't mean we can't stream. It just means that they're watching me. I guess we're just too much alpha, omega, all that good stuff. I know you were going through it too. If you aren't subscribed to Randy Hipper, I don't know what you're doing. 22,000 subscribers. Let's go, Randy. Incredible. Good job, Randy. But I have now officially got my crypto YouTuber stamp of approval, which means I've been silenced a little bit. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm not really concerned about this. I mean, the gang is here. We press buy and sell successfully. We have an amazing Discord. We all have fun. We all work together. We are an edge. And it's an honor and a privilege to serve everybody here. And that's it. What's going on, George? Good to see you. Adrian, Shy Owl, good morning to you. Mark Dutch, Django, Dusty. Username, what's going on, username? How you been, man? Noor, Zaib. I'm short from 106. You might be okay, depending on where's your stop loss. I don't know where you 106, way down here. Oof, you might be in trouble, man. Good morning, LJ. Good morning, Surfer. Gains for Life. Bernie, good morning. From flooded Iowa. I'm sorry to hear that, Bernie. I'm going to send you my canoe. I'll send you my canoe from Canada. Paper Planes is a pipe fitter. Yeah, he's good at fitting in that pipe, man. Guile, good morning. Crypto Caveman, good morning. Good to see you. Chantel, bunch of you guys are long and sitting on your hands. Okay. Long, 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 long. Slow and painful squeeze. Yeah. We got CVD divergences. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. Yeah. Don't like it. It had to come for the value area high. Yeah. It's creeping up. Daniel, what's going on? Johnny, good morning. Chilling. Long soul. Okay. Printing to the moon. Holding grass. Okay. Randy. Bald. NSW. Bald and swole. Bald and swole. Are you bald because you're swole, or are you just swole? I don't know if I've ever used the word swole. Swole kind of reminds me of like a meathead, like a really like, ooh, like I as a carpenter, we used to call those kind of muscles show muscles, right? Like, because I used to get apprentices on site, and these guys hit the gym every day, and they were all like big, and you ask them to move plywood all day, and they're done. They got all these big muscles, but no, tradesman's strength is a different animal. It's yeah, there's like a sense of like, I don't know how to explain tradesman's strength. Like, I used to hit the gym a lot as well, but I tell you, tradesman's strength, different animal. Shout out to the tradesmen out there. Thank you for all you do. I know the grind. Infinite Team TA. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by, brother. God bless you. Crypto Surfer. Gains for Life. Wayne C. Good morning. Paper Planes loves a good. It's like being Farmer Strong. Yeah. Farmer Strong's a different animal as well. I remember I was like 17, and I was at a field party. Okay, I drove my Corolla out to this field party, and I hit a root. I was bang, and I hit a root, and my O2 sensor on my muffler got knocked off. So obviously it sounded like a pop can because it's like halfway in between the cars. So the car sounded like it was like a straight pipe. It was just like bah! Like it was loud. And one of the farmers, never forget it, the Martins, said, "Bring your car over, we'll fix it." And we're drinking, right? And we go over, and he like gets the wire brush out and the welder, and like he's drunk, and he cleans it up, welds it together, whatever. I don't even know what happened. I'm 17, right? And he's like same age, so and he's like, "I'll see you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m." And I was like, "Okay," because I figured I owed him. And I go over there, and we're baling hay. And I'm telling you, the good old the field parties. We got the old red wagon with the 2.4s, the cases of beer. Oh yeah, and driving out into the field party. Woo! It was good times. And I was baling hay with these farmers, like family of farmers, and they would pick up the hay, boom, and they'd throw it, boom, boom, boom. And like I'm telling you, I've never been so embarrassed in my life. I pick up the hay, and I'm like, ah. I'd throw it on my shoulder. I'd run it up to the back of the trailer, and I'd like, ah. And they're just like, boom, 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 boom. And I'm just like, ah, ah. They strong, man. Like their hands were like double the width, man. Big old strong farmer boys, man. Don't mess with those guys. But I was a city slicker, right? Like I moved to the country when I was in my teenage years, and I was downtown Toronto city slicker, and then I moved and was hanging out with these farmer kids, man. Pretty cool. Different walks of life, you know. Good people, though, man. Love farmers. Tradesmen strong. Farmers strong. It's beautiful. Anybody a farmer in here? I mean, I'm growing tomatoes right now. That's about as farmer as I get. Next year in Vegas, AlexOCrypto will be hosting the first annual Move This Pallet of Plywood competition. Bring your own gloves. We don't wear gloves, man. And as carpenters, we call, and this isn't derogatory or anything, but we've always called gloves bitch mittens. In Canada, they're called bitch mittens. Like, you got calluses, you got hands. Texas farmer in the house, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Worst teams to play in football were the teams from logging towns, pure strength and mentally strong kids. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Those farmer boys in baseball or whatever sport you're playing. Whew. Best military members, yeah. Tough as hell. That's it, right? God bless the farmers, man. Seriously, Old McDonald's farm? That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. I think a lot of people are looking to start that. Yeah, Gains for Life. Small farm plot right now. Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to slow down the life, live off the land a little bit more these days. The hustle and bustle ain't that appealing, right? I'd rather just come to the computer, press a couple buttons, buy and sell, and then go and relax, right? I grow for a living. That's cool, man. I mean, it's legal in Canada. We used to do it illegally in Canada when we were teenagers. Good work. Yeah, dusty work as well, yeah. The good old cornfield parties, eh? Yeah. Good fun, man. Good fun. I got my own shrimp. I farm gingers. That's cool. That's really cool. Just started 1 hectare of land. Albert, that's awesome, man. Rich kids are better than farmer kids on ice. Yes, because they have the facilities. In Austria, where I come from, they call it Handschuhen. Fudia man. Meaning gloves man equals ass man. That's so good. Yeah. Bitch mittens. Love it. Yeah, tradesman strength is core muscles and functionality on life tasks. Yeah. And you get massive forearms. Not from this, guys, okay? But it's all in the forearms as a tradesman. You're not really getting biceps, but forearms like rocks. What's going on, Binksy? Good morning, man. This is hard to trade. Right now it's about patience right now. We're just waiting. We're assuming we're coming up to 107.6 right now. Lots of liquidity up in here. I would like this to come into here if we're looking for the long. Right now, this looks like continuation, but I'm not really. With the volatility this low, everybody, remember, it's taking a lot longer for price to play out, okay? A lot longer. So for me, you need to wait, as poopy as it sounds. And then once you've entered a trade, you must be almost have some good conviction, right? Because this, look at this, from here to here, that's an hour. This is 1 hour right here, guys. That's how slow price is moving right now. It looks like it's up only, but that's an hour of trading right here. Okay? Even here, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 25 minutes here. Okay? So, yes, it looks like we're going up right now, and we are. But we need to participate safely. We can't just watch this candle turn green and then feel the need to buy it, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? I think if we can be level-headed and patient, we can make money. But if we're not patient, then we're in trouble, right? I think that's when we get into trouble anyways. Dolphin Dip. What's going on, Mr. NJC? Good to see you. Army Piper. Demonetized. Yeah. These guys. What's going on, Jesse? Good to see you. How's it going, man? Piper used to farm dirt in El Paso. Okay. Did you farm dirt there, Army Piper? Are you a dirt farmer? Where do we draw a fib extension from here, Alex? James Simpson. So if you're doing fib extensions, and we want to talk about that, that's fine. We can do a little fib extension work. So fib extension, you're going high, low, or high, low, high. Okay, so if we're going in here and we want like a local fib extension from the low, we would go from the bottom here. So you go low to a high that's in front of the low, right? So you could go to this one or you could go to this one. This one would be more accurate. Why? Because it's the low. So you go low, high, low. Because it's the high preceding, the highest high preceding the next higher low. Okay? It's not this one, it's this one. So you would go from low to high to low, and we can just pull this out like that, okay? And we can see that we've just hit our 1618. That's pretty nice confluence to our 2-to-1, right? And that's how we would draw a fib extension on a shorter term time frame from the low right now. I think in a better way, I typically like going off a bigger structure, right? So I would go on to like a daily, right? And you could go from this low, right? This low to this high. So you would go from low to high to low in this sense here. The low to the high to the low. And look at that. We're at our 236. But that would give you your extensions upwards, right? For a more macro target where you're looking to extend at least to 100. It's funny how everybody keeps saying 120,000, right? There it is, right? So that's how I would do that. You could also just use a fib extension with a regular Fibonacci, so you can go from high to low here. And then you can see the 272 is 119,500. So a lot of stuff coming in at 120,000 for this move, interestingly enough. You could also do it locally here. So you would go into a 4-hour here. You would go from your high to low. And it would be your high to low this way. So you go high to low in here, hitting your golden pocket here, but your extension, look at that, 1618. is 120,000. It's funny how everything points there, isn't it? Okay. So there's many ways to do that. You can even use it on a shorter term time frame. So if I'm looking for price to continue here, right, I can use this as target. So I establish a high right now, and then I put in a low, right? And now these would be take profit targets. So I would look here, I would look here, and I would look here for potential targets, right? And you can see all those were met, right? If let's say I get long here, right, and I'm trying to take this thing all the way up, these would be targets. And you can use that as well, right? Many different ways to use it. You can also use it for SFPs, SFP targets. Oh, Bitcoin pushing, baby. Let's go. I'm getting all caught up in my Fibonacci's, man. I love fibs. Let's go, new high. Guess we should have bought that green candle, everybody. Jeez. Look at the volatility here. SFP of the high coming down. Not into a key area just yet. Hopefully that helps you with extensions and Fibonacci levels. Put it on a Fibonacci master course here. No problem, James. What's going on Bitcoinable? That's why I don't buy green candles, breakout, and back, right? And this isn't really a breakout. Come on, guys. It's a volume surge that we just got. So still waiting here. You can see the volume picking up in this candle here, which is good. Showing strength. Also shows volume shows liquidity sweep. Okay, so we have swept shorts here. It's done a job, right? It's continuing to push. No trade for me, just waiting here, everybody. Trying to be patient. BTC is not stopping. No, it is not. It is on the ripper there, HRJ. No problem, James. I do have some Fibonacci videos in my channel somewhere. And we also have multiple fib teachings in our Discord as well. How you doing, Jesse? How are things, man? Good to see you. Golden Child, thank you for being here. Dusty, good to see you. I need more fib learning. We can do a fib session today in the Discord, Dusty. We'll do a fib extension and Fibonacci lesson today in the Discord. I'll be sure to cover everything in the Discord today then. We do. I like saying do. We do live sessions, live lessons in our Discord 3 times a week. You guys ask, we deliver. You get lessons on everything from Fibonacci, S tier, putting all things together, back testing, continuation trades, you name it. You got it here. It's all in here. Swing failure patterns, how to identify a range, candle patterns, when to move stop loss after taking TPs, market cipher cheat sheets. You name it, it's in here. Revenge trading, market structure, trading narrative, macro, Bitcoin, recaps, setting up the trades, how to get on a big trend, trading a range, horizontal levels, over trading, taking profits, you name it. It's all in here. Risk management and leverage, VWAP lessons, orb trading, Fibonacci trading, entries, V-shaped recovery, how to trade with a full-time job, DCA planning, candle patterns that I use, the wick test, SFPs, bottoms, how to identify them, VWAP lesson, trading rules you must have. I mean, there's so much in here. You could spend days learning. I always suggest you add one thing at a time, learn it, develop it, use it, apply it, right? With good risk management, with strategy, with rules. And hopefully that can help you. Okay. Do 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 do. SFP here. No trade. Good morning, Ryan. Good to see you. Dave Roy. Where did ETH fib bounce? Orange getting ready to speak at NATO. Oh, God. Thanks for your lessons, Alex. Super useful. You're welcome, Pietro. Thank you for being part of the gang, man. God bless you. We're good, Jesse. Thanks for asking, man. We're good. Family's good. Life is good. Just trying to remain grateful. Trading has been a bit of a struggle lately. Down, I think, $1,000 from our 25,000. So we've taken a couple losses. The past couple days, I've done well on the live streams. I haven't done well after the live streams. I've been kind of rushing my trades. So I am down 1,000 this week. I'm just looking to be a little bit more selective and understand that, like, for me, I know I struggle when the volatility is low. I know this. I will have trade setups that I will close too early. Like even this yesterday, I took this short here and I closed pretty quickly into here. This would have been like a $400 trade. I closed it too quickly. Then I flipped bullish here, which I shouldn't have, and I got stopped out. Then I took this long. This is like an A+ setup for me, guys. Like, I don't know what I was thinking here, guys. This was very frustrating for me yesterday. I took this long, and this should have been like an easy. Like, it was up only too, but because of how slow price was moving, I literally got out break even. So I got long here, and I got this dip in here. Shook me. I don't know what I was thinking, but it shook me out, and I got out break even. And this is like A+ for me, guys. This is VWAP, bull div, like VWAP slap, bullish divergence, break of momentum. This is A+ setup for me. Like all day long do I take this trade. This is so easy for me. And because of how slow price was right here when I got long, I got shook out. A very frustrating day yesterday for me. So I was down 500 yesterday. Down 500 Monday, and I'm down 1,000 for the week. My account's at 24,000. Just not seeing it properly, being impatient. Not that I'm struggling, because I can make 2,000, 3,000 in a day, right? This would have been a $1,200 trade, right? So like it's not like I'm down, but it's also like I'm just overthinking a little bit right now. And that's on me. Like, I know, like, this is bull div, VWAP slap, break of momentum, retest. You get long here. You look to take it up to high 1 and high 2. Easiest trade of my life. And I get shaken out. So a little bit of mental clarity. I went for, like, a good golfing session yesterday at the range. I've done some meditation. Just trying to get a little bit more clarity. I just think I've been overthinking trades a little bit too much. But it's part of the journey, right? It's part of the journey, which is fine. Like, I can handle that. It's just we all go through it. The important part is you don't spiral, right? The important part is you have risk limits. Spiraling out can lead to your account going down, 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 right? You got to recognize it, nip it in the bud, and then from there, I highly suggest like a loss limit. So like $500, $1,000 a day, whatever it is, $100 a day, $200 a day. Have a loss limit. Step away from the charts. Go for a walk. Whatever it is. Don't revenge trade. Don't spiral. Right. Stick to your rules. And then if you're still having issues, I always suggest cutting your position size in half. Right. Just cut it in half. Like when I'm trading by myself, I'm typically putting $200,000, $300,000 per trade. On the live, I put $100,000 per trade. But downsizing can give you a little bit more breathing room, a little bit less care. Just trade the setup, right? So it's all part of it. I just know that I struggle when it's slow motion. I know that for me. I'm a scalper. I need volatility. I like it to move. If it's not moving, I get bored. I overthink it. That's just part of my journey right now. Some things that I'm working on, right? So hopefully that helps anybody who is struggling out there, who is like maybe not seeing it as well. You know, I see it pretty damn good. Like I've had, before this, $3,000, $4,000, $6,000 weeks. I've been doing really well, right? I built up that account. And now I've restarted this challenge, right? And I'm down to 24, which is fine, right? But it's also like, I want to make you guys proud too, right? And that's, part of it. So patience will prevail. This is a rising wedge. It's almost parabolic. So like you're going to have to really be drawing this thing out some sort of way. I'm not a rising wedge kind of trader. The momentum is great here, but yeah, so that's a little bit what I'm going through right now. The NASDAQ looking strong AF. Continuation here. Coming into market open. We'll go a little bit later again because we got Chair Powell speaking again. You ever use a volatility indicator like BBWP? That's Tom Crown, right? I don't think I have used that. I think that's Tom Crown, isn't it? Yeah, caretaker. Yeah. Yeah, I have used it. I don't main it though. Like it's not something that I use all the time. Golden child, behave yourself. My biggest struggle, honestly, is exiting. My first year of trading, I made a couple $100K. Thought I was a genius. No, my dumbass just got in before the bull market and threw in a long. Yeah. Stop trend lines alone. Add regression to it. So you just use Curtis Hill. You just use a regression trend line here. So you would like pull this trend here like that. Or would you go from this low here? It's probably a little bit more accurate from that low. Regression's good because it doesn't let you like really interpret where your lines are. Up only, baby. Up only. Here we go. Retest the previous highs, continuation up. NASDAQ, same deal here. Up only. SPY, we're expecting we might get an all-time high today, friends. All-time high on SPY. Whoo-wee. What do you guys think? Can we do it? Can we do it? Another big gap up for the SPY? I'm not sure if we do it today. I'd say we front run it here. Thank you, everybody, for being here, supporting the channel, hanging out. We got 340 people on the live. God bless every single one of you guys. Thank you for smacking up those like buttons, hanging out here. No trade here on Bitcoin. It's ripping, baby. It's ripping. And we'll continue here. Love you too, Wave Cypher, bro. God bless you, man. Broke my own rules on Sunday. Let my emotions get away from me. Huge mistake. Yeah. It's that spiral. And also, like, trading on weekends is dangerous, man. Especially with that dump on Sunday. You get all excited and just get a victim, right? Is now a good time to take profit. It's always good to take profit, Eddie. No one goes broke taking profit. However, you should have some targets that you're looking for price to get to. And that also, you know, like if I'm looking here, you typically would want to front run this, right? If you're looking to take profits on like a long. I always take a full day off if I go on a losing streak. That's smart. Absolutely. Facts. Amen. Don't get burnt out, brother. Yeah, I trade a lot too, right? So I think over trading can get into it as well. Chuck D, no problem, man. Thanks for being here, brother. Thank you so much, Crypto King. Appreciate the kind words, man. Golden Child likes the weekends. Yeah, I don't like the sporadicness of the weekends. Like you'll get flat and then it'll pop, right? Like it'll be like ba and then bam. It's very well, you don't have like steady institutional money in, so like you go back and you look at the dump, right? Which happened on Saturday and Sunday, right? You get chop and then pop, right? Chop, pop, chop, pop, chop, drop, right? So it's not typically easy. But like I said, we gave the signal for the pink box. We said pink box being tapped right now for the gang. So the gang was warned when we got there, and it bounced, baby, calling the bottom. So gotta love that. Nice push up here for Bitcoin. Up only, baby. Up only. Coming into market open in 15 minutes. Let's take a look at the hourly right now. The hourly continuing to push, okay, getting a little bit overextended. VWAP still posturing flat, still strong, okay. 30 minutes, still strong. 15, still strong, okay. Confirm green dot continuation. Very aggressive move here this morning, everybody. Thank you for being here, smacking up those like buttons. 360 people in here. God bless you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're here every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. trading live on Bitcoin, hanging out with you guys, trying to turn 25K account into a 50K account. We'll see how well we do this. Slow and steady wins the race. One of my mentors, he said, because I was telling him I was struggling yesterday, and he said, be the turtle. That was his words of advice. Be the turtle. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. Instead of, we're at 24 right now. Be the turtle. Exciting morning. Let's go, baby. Will not trade. Yeah. It's super weird. Yeah, super weird price action sometimes, Carrera. Absolutely. Rashad says, join subscribe and join the best Discord in all of crypto. I agree with you, Rashad. It is the best Discord and the cheapest in all of crypto. An amazing group of beautiful otters, kicking ass, taking names. Love all these guys, man. Beautiful setups, altcoin ideas, 5 different traders helping you guys navigate the charts, smart money concepts, momentum, pivots, you name it. We got it. Signals, trades, ideas, nonstop. It's a plethora of alpha all in one place. The best Discord in all of crypto, in my opinion. I don't know. It's active. It's all kind. No douche canoes. No BS. Damn! Look at this price action, everybody. Why didn't we press buy? Ooh wee! Let's go, Bitcoin. It's giving me the FOMO feels, man. To the moon. Coming up, tapping our key area. Holy smokes. Jeez. Bitcoin flying, baby. Bitcoin flying. Considering a long, man. Why wouldn't we consider a long? Something like this, you'd have to get long stop loss to entry kind of deal. That's what I'm doing. You do whatever you want to do. If we're going to do it. Not yet, though. Still waiting. Jeez, this is aggressive, everybody. Hitting our key level of resistance, value area high level. Okay, no trade yet. Just waiting here. Up only, baby. Nice push for Biddy. Let's go, baby. I am not long, no. What's going on, DDT? God bless you, bro. Rashad, you're short? I don't know about that. No ninja move yet, Buck. No ninja move. Up only, baby. No FOMO, please. We're hitting our resistance level right now, but honestly, resistance is not it's non-existent right now, guys. Stalling out at our key level of resistance, and we'll see if we do want to push here. Jeez. Volatility is still low, but USDT crossing key trend line right now. Bitcoin nonstop to the moon. To the moon, they said. Jeez, 107, baby. 107 flying. Coming back down, wrecking all the late longs. I want to see it come back halfway down this candle, then we could consider buying. Damn, Daniel. Shout out to everybody in the long. Shout out to everybody on the live stream. God bless you guys, man. This is crazy. Bitcoin's flying up only 107. 107 trying to move. Trying to move. A big old breakout this morning. Got 9 minutes till market opens, everybody. Let's go. Curtis Hill in the chat. Curtis Hill must be in a long. Haha, let's go, baby. Let's go, Biddy. Fly. Fly, Biddy, fly. Massive move up here, everybody. We'll see if Bitcoin wants to continue to rip. Pretty impressive so far. Trying to flip support right now. I'm looking for it to retrace probably back down to like 107, 400 or something like that. That would be ideal. We'll see if it will go. But right now it's up only, everybody. So be patient. See if it does want to continue to push here. We're at a key level of resistance. Not saying that it's going to stop here, but I'd be cautious. If you are getting in, I'd be like stop loss to entry, continuation trade kind of deal. See if it can continue to pop off to the upside here. Pretty aggressive, though. Holy smokes. What a time to be in the Bitcoin, baby. Push it, Bitcoin. Push it. Push it, baby. Let's go. This is up only, man. It is straight vertical, everybody, coming into market open. Don't short this train. It's going to the moon. Incredible. Artificial pump. Above 1, okay, we'll present bet. Alex O is about to short. Don't tempt me, DDT. Clay the Great short. There's no trade here, everybody. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. How about that regression trend you pulled for me? Thank you. Let's go, Curtis Hill. Someone tickled the nips. Yeah, someone's pumping the price here. It ain't me. I think Dusty here is Dusty's pumping these prices up. Good morning, Attila. Let's go, baby. Damn. Next stop, 108. Next stop, 108. Wild. 5 minutes till market opens, everybody. I don't know. I think we need a tune or something to bring in this pumpage. What do you guys think? Do we need the pump song? We do a little Jason Casper pump song. Let's go, Biddy. Otters in the chat. We get some otters in the chat. Let's go, baby.
AlexOCrypto. Fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto.
Let's blow this chat up. We haven't done that in a while, baby. Let's go. There is no stop loss.
What you know about juice? Making them moves that flow casual, breaking the news. Revenue proof, a building portfolios, taking well over exceptional gain. I'm trapping this, so participation ain't a hard knock. I put in the work so you got knowledge. You ain't drawing with luck when you following us. The result is a pen full of fat pockets. Bada bang,
It's the auto game
with an auto flame, with a lot of hate. Get above the lane, ain't about the trade. Have another trade, get another play. They playing God so pretentious. Grapes in these waters forbidden. Well indeed, that's a felony. Don't look at me, but it's TRB.
Let's go. Otters in the chat, baby.
Sit low. The product base, but it drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. AlexOCrypto. Fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto. On the come up, better sit low. The product base, but it drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. AlexOCrypto. Fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto. AlexOCrypto. AlexOCrypto.
What a pump.
AlexOCrypto.
AlexOCrypto. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Pumping up those beautiful chat numbers. You guys are incredible. What a wild day. We got 405 people here bringing in the pump, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bitcoin. No signs of slowing down. Momentum to the moon. CVD to the moon. Look at the buyers stepping up in here. Just absolute euphoria. Constant push here. Where we stop, nobody knows. Next major stop for me is 108,600. We'll see what we get here. Bitcoin ripping to the upside. What a day for a hump day, pump day. Hump day, pump day. Couldn't have been any better here. Bitcoin do not care. It is just flying right now. We can go swing high to swing low wherever you want to go. But we are flying right through probably now 786. Now we're hitting that platinum pocket extension level. Okay, so now we're coming into the platinum pocket, looking to get a potential rejection. And then we're coming for this high. Okay, coming for that high. Right now coming into market open. We got a minute until market open is going to set upon us. So let's be prepared. What we can see here is that we're flying to the moon. Okay, we're doing that to the moon thing. We have beautiful parabolic structure here. Obviously getting very, very extended here, but we can see we got the beautiful parabola. That's the word. To the moon right now. A beautiful pump for this morning live stream. Thank you, everybody, for being here, subscribing if you're new. We're here live trading this thing every single day, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m., hanging out with you, trying to turn 25K into 50K. We'll see if we can do it. Right now, we're down a G note on the week. We'll see if we continue to be a namby-pamby and take stupid trades, or if we want to be smart. We have been doing well on the live stream, so it's the after hours trading that we need to be more managed on. But we're doing it here, and we're doing it live and doing it transparent in front of all you guys, and that's how we roll, man. The most honest, kindest, transparent crypto channel in the whole YouTube, and that's what we pride ourselves on here. So thank you, everybody, for being here, smacking up those like buttons, subscribing if you're new. God bless every single one of you guys. We're getting a nice pump today on that Bitcoin price action coming down. Looking for a little retracement. So whenever something's like this, we're looking for a couple of things. We're looking for a retest of previous highs. We're looking for a halfway down the candle retracement, continuation. Okay. Trapping longs up at the highs here. And we'll see what happens. Okay. A prepared trader is a profitable trader. So right now we wait. Okay, a nice move here for Bitcoin. We'll see if it wants to continue up. Already a 1% move this morning. Market is open, baby. Let's take a look. NASDAQ ripping, baby, ripping. We got our beautiful S&P 500. Did we make the all-time highs? Not yet. We are still opening up positively here. pushing up on the S&P. The VIX is quite low, but we do have volatility on Bitcoin right now coming down into the lows as we, kind of expected. Clay the Great, congratulations on your short, bro. That's some good conviction. I like it. Looking for follow through here on a potential long. Holding that 107,600 support level. We'll see how low we can go into the retracement here. Got some order blocks on the way up. 1 minute candles here. So it'll probably in here if we're going to get the bounce and continuation up. But right now, Bitcoin is up only into market open. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Smacking up those likes, subscribing if you're new, all that fun stuff, guys. Otter gang, gang, gang. Let's go. The NATO summit is going really well. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Little bounce off of our key support level here. Okay. Key support level here. See if it does want to continue. Melissa, what's going on? Good morning. God bless you. Love you, Mel. Thank you for being here. Ding, 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 ding. Parabola is my favorite word. True story. Let's go, Alexandra G. Parabola. Quadratics. Parabolas. Parabolic curve. We want to see that continuation, but right now stalling out. I'd still say they're trapping longs right now, everybody. Let's be patient. We got Chair Powell, right? Fox Business. We got the NATO summit. I got it pulled up right now. The NATO summit. We'll see if we do get any action. Little reaction here at our sell wall. Good morning, Renee B. Sweet 97K. Then Bull. Let's go. Awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you for being here, Dan Bartley. Are we in? Not yet, man. Just waiting. Just waiting. Too much shrimp. Short scalp. Let's see if it goes. That's some bravery right there. I like the bravery. See if we come down into halfway in this candle here. A little rollover. Grab some of this, up only late longs. Yeah, pretty overextended here. Beautiful push, though. Beautiful push. Let's see if what kind of retracement we do get in here. Okay. Nice short, everybody. Coming back down here. NASDAQ cooling off a little bit. Okay. Big old blow off top here for the NASDAQ. Retracement back in here. Looking for a possible sweep down to 107,364. 107,364. Little tester in here. Oh, a 12-minute wick test. Close enough. That would be a 12-minute wick test here. 27 seconds, so that's not going to work. Still waiting. Market cipher up only. Money flows ramped. NASDAQ still pushing. Bitcoin coming back down. Okay, looking for a potential long here, everybody. Just don't want to rush it just yet. I'd like to see 107,370. Looking for this retest in here, generally. Thank you, everybody, for being here, smacking up those like buttons. Got a whole bunch of you in here today. My God. Too stressed, too blessed to be stressed. We got 450 people in here. Thank you guys for being here and supporting the channel and smacking up those like buttons. I really appreciate you guys. Whoa, living on a Geo, man, up only. Geo and I last night I texted him. I was like, this price action is super gay. Oh man. Too much fun. Guys, if you're not following Trader Geo, guys, go over. Subscribe to my man, Trader Geo here. Bringing you guys the alpha, the omega, the nexus, the man with the tree. He's a shower and a grower, man. God bless you, bro. This price action makes me want to cry. Yeah, same, bro. Same. NASDAQ continues to push here. Bitcoin trying to follow. The SPY looking strong here, trying to get to all-time highs. Bullish. Big push up here for Bitcoin. No retracement that I wanted to see. I mean, this is quite dismal, really. I'd like to short this, but damn, man, damn. Revenge Trader short. Okay. What's going on, Randy? Good to see you. Dave Curry, thank you for being here, man. Geo, my man. People are still looking for 97K. Good morning. Devin, thank you for being here. Mighty Moto, thank you for being here as well. Golden Child. James Simpson. Your live stream is lagging 6 minutes. Okay. That's why this is never financial advice. It's just here to help. We are squeezing the beautiful bears, man. Thank you for everybody being here and hanging out. Looks like we're coming down, everybody. Coming down. Revenge Trader short. I like it. I like it. Big old platinum pocket rejection right now. NASDAQ continues to push. SPY continues to push. Up only is tricking everybody. The false move. Midweek reversal, possibly. Midweek reversal. It's always on the table. 50% out. Stop loss break even. Great job, Revenge Trader. Good job, man. A little pushback here. 9:40. 5 minutes till orb. Still waiting here, everybody. Clear targets down below at 106,200. Getting rejected off 107 right now, 107.5. Still looks strong, though, in my opinion. Not fully ready to fade this. Patience here, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being on the live with me today. NASDAQ making all-time highs. Bitcoin pushing aggressively here. What a day. What a day. Big pushback here. Big trying to engulf here. Trying to engulf this candle here. 30 seconds. $30 seconds, 20 seconds now on this candle. I'm not front running this one. No front run here. I think that's to grab late shorts. Probably still come down, yeah. VWAP crossover to the upside here on the 3-minute. 5-minute doji engulfing. Still got 2 minutes on this candle here for the 5-minute engulfing. 3 minutes looking strong. Good candle close, good push. NASDAQ continues to fire off. Still waiting here, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here, hanging out. 432 in here. Let's see if we can get those likes up to about 200. That would be great. We're at 190, so we need like 11 more likes, guys. That'd be cool. If it's worth it, you know, I don't have to beg. I don't beg for likes. I just think, you know, it does help the channel a lot. Still waiting here. Thank you guys for those likes. That's great. You guys are incredible. Jeez, what a push here. 5-minute engulfing. Yep, about to print. Here we go. Up we go. Big push for Biddy. See if we can follow through here. Momentum strong here, everybody. My God. Looking for follow through here. Big push here for Bitcoin. Coming back down. Retest to the highs. Continuation up. That was it. And got to be quick there. No trade. 30 seconds for orb. This is going to be this is going to be a weird orb right at the top. Trapping longs again. Careful with the longs here, everybody. Orb is in. I think I'm the only one in crypto who trades the orb. I think I introduced everybody in crypto to the orb. I think I am. I think I know Flop and Groper gave me credit for the orb. God bless Flop and Groper. FG, man. I mean, I didn't invent the orb. I just back tested it and introduced it to everybody. I'm taking that credit, okay? I'm taking that credit. Open range breakout, Javed. It's your first 15-minute candle on market open. Touche, how do we trade the orb? There's lots of videos in the Discord on how to trade the orb. 3 white soldiers here. Jeez. Strength, man. NASDAQ strength. We got Chair Powell today, everybody. Bitcoin is up only. Up only with a low VIX is very painful to trade, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you're long. This thing's ripping, man. This thing does not care. It says leave your feelings at home. Put a 2 in the chat if you're thinking about shorting. I wouldn't short this, guys. I'm gonna take the rest of the week off, I think. I'm in that boat too, Gio. I'm 2. Send it to 0. Retest to the highs right now. Soon to. NASDAQ stalling out. SPY stalling out. Chair Powell in 13 minutes, everybody. Up only. Here we go again. There's someone bidding this thing up heavy. Heavy. No close above orb for the orb long. This is aggressive, guys. Holy smokes. This is aggressive. Top of the orb acting as a resistance right now. Don't know how long that's going to last, though. We do not buy the top here. There's no top buying allowed here, okay? Still waiting here. We can get rid of this red box right now. Bear div here on the 3, the 5. Okay, bear div all around. NASDAQ cooling off now, coming back, retesting the highs. Okay, so this is maybe a little bit of a front run for Bitcoin cooling off right now. Jeez. Bear div, I'm longing. That's the one, bro. We'd be longing bear divs all day, man. Oh, man. VWAP a little bit overextended here. 12 minute. 12 minutes, still got room to go. 15 overextended. 24. Yeah, looks pretty cooked, man. It looks cooked, but it's not. NASDAQ retracement. Okay, so that's what we were talking about. Front running a retracement for Biddy. We got 9 minutes till our friend Jerome here says hello. Thank you for being here, everybody, hanging out. I mean, we want to buy this, don't we? Trying to hold here. NASDAQ bouncing. A little bit of an exhaustion at the top of the orb here, guys. Might be an opportunity to get short soon. Still waiting. I'd like to see this low lost, really. I'd like to see the orb lost if we're going to get short. Retest in here, possible continuation up. Very aggressive trend here. We got strong momentum. I would expect a flush here, but Bitcoin don't look like it wants to flush just yet. Still waiting here. NASDAQ sweeping. Okay, so that's more of a sweep for the NASDAQ. That could lead to us getting a full sweep here. Short scalp again. Okay. Just hesitant to short this thing, man. It's up only. Middle of the orb. What's going on, Crusader? Good to see you, bro. Much love, bro. How you been? What up, bro? Mr. Crusader in the house, bro. How you been? What's new and exciting, Miguel? Anything new and exciting, man? Bitcoin up only. God bless, man. Love you too, man. Thank you for coming through. You loving this up only or what? Oh man, crazy. Crazy market. Crazy market. No trade right now, everybody. It's been an interesting stream. What's Jerome got to say today that he didn't yesterday? Oh, you know, they'll find something to fill the air. They got something to fill the air. You got your emojis back? No, not yet, man. 90 days suspension, man. 90 days. We're suspended till September. So no emojis here. We're emoji-less. Emoji-less. However, you can spam otters. Otters are always on the table, man. And I will always spam whatever you guys let me to. So you want the gang? We got the gang. You got all the people here hanging out. What's going on? Tony Soprano in the chat. What is your favorite indicator? You guys let me know in the chat. Big bounce here for NASDAQ. Poof. Look at that hammer candle. That looks bullish AF, man. Don't fade the trend until we have confirmation. Looking like it wants to push. Considering a long here. Come on, Biddy. Push it, baby. Considering a long here. Got to go a little bit more. I like that candle. That's a good candle. That's a good candle. I like the NASDAQ bounce. Continuation here. And take a stab here. Take a stab here. See if we can push here. TP quite early. See if we can push here. Like to break out of orb. I like to move on the NASDAQ. I know we're coming into Jerome Powell. See if we can continue to push here. It's never financial advice. We're just a random Canadian guy on YouTube hanging out. TP1 hits. Stop loss to entry. Either we get follow through or we don't. I might be yeah, I might get stopped out here. Hopefully we can continue to push here. Like I said, I want to go to the 108, but TP1 hit too. I've realized what have I realized? 75 bucks. 75 bucks so far. We'll see if we do want to continue to push out here. I like this candle here, so I bought it. We'll see if we do continue to push. Okay. If not, quick 70 bucks. I'm going to be the turtle. Be the turtle. You don't feel like this is buying the top. This is absolutely buying the top, Alex Belkin. But it's also looking for trend continuation with confluence. And it's quick, stop loss to entry. I'm not looking to hit the home run trade. We're looking to collect the breadcrumbs, right? Jerome's coming in. We got our friend Jerome, the most whitest black man name is Jerome. He's got to be the whitest Jerome we know. No? He is in my world. I don't know about your world, but that ain't racist. That's just factual. Okay? Anybody ever question that? No? Am I the only one who ever questions that? I'm demonetized. They can't get any worse. I guess they could ban my channel. Stopped out. Okay? That's fine. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Quick 80 bucks there. Up 80 bucks today. 1 for 1, baby. On to the next one. GG's, everybody. Thank you, Rashad. Looking for a continuation here. Yeah, it's like, yeah. I actually know one, Randy. Yeah, that's it, R-Pink. Absolutely, man. Bro doesn't even beat fees? We beat fees, man.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Chair Powell, for joining us today for such an important conversation.
My fees are
Before we
different than
begin,
yours.
I do want to take a second and thank you, Jay, for following through on your commitment to remove reputational risk from bank examination at the Fed. This is a necessary first step toward ending the politicization of bank supervision, and it is certainly a step, in my opinion, in the right direction. But it's not enough to change the policy on paper. Examiners need to implement it in practice, and I hope they do. I will say I was actually a little surprised when we were talking on Monday that you didn't bring it up during that conversation, since it happened a few minutes later, but it was good to see nonetheless. The Fed plays a central role in the health of our economy and the stability of our financial system.
See if we got continuation
But with
here.
that role comes responsibility to be accountable to the American people, to remain independent from political pressures, and to be transparent. Unfortunately, over the past few years, many Americans have lost confidence in the Federal Reserve. Since 2021,
Looks like
American
the long's
families
still
have endured
playing.
persistent inflation, rising interest rates, and a tightening squeeze
NASDAQ's
on their
rolling over,
wallets.
everybody.
A
Cautious
college
here.
student trying to cover tuition and food with a part-time job is finding that everything costs so much
Is the sound
more,
okay, everybody?
while credit costs have doubled. A senior citizen trying to downsize is watching
How's the
mortgage
sound?
rates
One in the chat?
skyrocket and fixed incomes fall behind. Yet during this time of hardship, the Fed has spent billions on lavish renovations to its DC offices. We're talking about rooftop terraces, custom elevators that open into VIP dining rooms, white marble finishes, and even a private art collection. All this costing $2.5 billion, a 32% increase from the original $1.9 billion price tag at a time when the Fed hasn't turned a profit since 2022. We can all agree that updating aging infrastructure is a legitimate need. But when senior citizens can barely afford Formica countertops, it sends the wrong message to spend public money on luxury upgrades that feel more like they belong in the Palace of Versailles than a public institution. At the same time, the Fed's role as an independent, apolitical institution is being questioned. The central bank joined a global organization to green the financial system under the leadership of President Biden, and only to exit it as soon as President Trump took office. That's not neutrality, that's drifting. Now let's turn to supervision at the Fed, which at times is unduly burdensome. The Fed must right-size the regulatory framework for banks to eliminate unnecessary burdens, especially community banks. I'm encouraged that the Fed is taking important first steps on capital, and I look forward to seeing what comes from the board's meetings today on revisions to supplementary leverage ratio standards. But more work needs to be done to ensure capital rules don't choke off access to credit for entrepreneurs and working families.
Right there. That's
That's why I
Jerome.
want to underscore the importance of empowering the newly confirmed Vice Chair of Supervision, Governor Michelle Bowen.
Jerome.
Governor Bowen has been a consistent voice for transparency, accountability, and just
This guy's
plain
Mr.
old-fashioned
Scott.
sanity. I expect her to lead on reform at the Fed, and I expect you as chairman to afford her the same stature as her
That's
predecessor.
Mr.
I
Scott.
look forward to
Let's be
hearing from
real.
you
Mr. Scott
your
and
testimony.
Jerome, they've
Ranking Member Warren, you are
they've
now recognized.
traded places.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. When he ran for president, Donald Trump repeatedly promised to lower costs on day one. Those were his words. But since Trump became president, families have been more financially stressed
Here
than
she
ever.
comes.
Since January, consumer sentiment
The
has
witch,
plummeted.
the wicked witch
Since
of the
January,
West.
household debt and delinquencies continue to climb. Since January, workers' worries over layoffs have climbed. Since January, businesses big and small have been paralyzed by uncertainty, and they have hit the brakes on investments and hiring. The cause of these problems has been the chaos caused by one person.
Long is still
President
playing,
Trump.
guys.
Chaotic trade policies, massive cuts to families' health care coverage to fund tax giveaways to the wealthy, and wholesale deregulation of our financial system that will unleash fraudsters and con men on the middle class.
We're all talking about
First,
Pocahontas
trade.
here.
Trump continues to
Pocahontas.
play his lose-lose game of red light, green light on tariffs. When this administration slaps tariffs on everything from food to clothing to electronics, working families pay the price. This is bad for the middle class and bad for Main Street. Tariffs like these mean higher prices on essentials for consumers and small businesses, while large
she's just so grumpy,
corporations
man.
and the wealthy
Imagine this was
find
your
ways
grandma.
to shield themselves from
Canada
the
will take her.
impact.
We'll put her with the polar
Second,
bears.
tax cuts for the wealthy. Trump's one big, beautiful bill that Republicans are jamming through Congress represents one of the largest transfers of wealth from working people to millionaires and billionaires in American history. How are Trump and Republicans
dumping,
paying for part
SPY
of his $4
dumping a
trillion
bit,
in tax
Bitcoin
giveaways
ripping.
to billionaires? Well, by kicking 16 million people off their health care coverage, cutting food assistance for more than 2 million
PG.
children, and raising monthly student loan payments for millions of borrowers just after delinquencies
long is playing,
have
everybody.
skyrocketed. In addition
I don't know if
to
you guys are
raising
still
costs
long,
for
but it's
lower and
playing.
middle-class
Congratulations.
Americans and taking money right out of their pockets, this bill will also choke economic growth. This isn't tax policy, it's economic warfare against the American people. And even when they throw 16 million people off their health care, the Republicans still can't pay for the lavish tax giveaways to billionaires. So instead of just saying that billionaires and billionaire corporations should just pay a little more
Good
in
job,
taxes,
Longs.
they put the costs of those billionaire tax cuts on the nation's credit card, the national debt. The Republicans plan to run up the national debt by another $4.2 trillion and expect our children and our grandchildren to pay for it. And finally, deregulation. This administration is systematically dismantling the safeguards that policymakers put in place after the 2008 financial crash to prevent Wall Street from creating another crisis. Less than 2 weeks ago, the Fed board decided to lift Wells Fargo's asset cap. You couldn't even wait until Wells managed to make it one whole year without being caught in a major financial scandal. In just the past 6 months,
You can tell
Wells
he hates
has
her
been
voice.
caught and confessed to cheating its customers, cheating its investors, and cheating its workers, the trifecta. For the Fed to give them a gold
Nice candle
star
close above
and
orb.
tell Wells it's okay to expand the number of customers, investors, and employees that it can cheat is an outrageous giveaway to one of Wall Street's most derelict banks. And today, you will leave this hearing and go directly to a meeting where the Fed is expected to vote to lower capital requirements for JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and the other too-big-to-fail banks. At a time when the economic data are flashing red, these short-sighted changes will increase the likelihood that these mega banks once again tank the economy and then come back here to beg Congress for bailouts when their risky bets go bust. To sum up Trump's economic agenda, it's chaos and pain for the middle class and even more profits for the powerful. American families will face higher costs and new risks to their health care and their bank accounts. Unemployment will tick up, and our economic growth will slow. And that's not just me saying this. It is exactly what the Fed's latest economic projections indicate. I hope my Republican colleagues will wake up to the chaos around us. It falls to Congress to stop Trump's trade war and kill this big, ugly bill.
Okay.
And Chair Powell, it falls to you and the Fed board not to pile additional risk onto Trump's existing chaos by dismantling the safeguards that protect American families from another Wall Street meltdown. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Warren. Today we'll hear from the Chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, on the semi-annual monetary policy report to Congress. Chair Powell, thank you for your testimony today, and you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Chairman Scott, Ranking Member Warren, and other members of the committee, I appreciate the opportunity to present the Federal Reserve's semi-annual monetary policy report. The Federal Reserve remains squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of
Dual
maximum
mandate, baby.
employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people.
NASDAQ
Despite elevated
dumping.
uncertainty,
SPY
the
is
economy
flat.
is in a solid position. The
VIX
unemployment
is
rate remains low, and the
horrible.
labor market is at or near maximum employment. Inflation has come down a great deal, but has been running somewhat above our 2%
This is a trap
longer-run
right now, in my
objective,
opinion.
and we are attentive to the risks to both sides of our dual mandate.
They're going to dump it on people's
I will
heads.
review the current economic
When
situation
is
before
the
turning
question.
to monetary policy. Incoming data suggests that the economy remains solid. Following growth of 2.5% last year, GDP was reported to have edged down in the first quarter, reflecting swings in net exports that were driven by businesses bringing in imports ahead of potential tariffs. This unusual swing has complicated GDP measurement. Private domestic final purchases, or PDFP, which excludes net exports, inventory investment, and government spending, grew at a solid 2.5% rate. Within PDFP, growth of consumer spending moderated, while investment in equipment and intangibles rebounded from weakness in the fourth quarter. Surveys of households and businesses, however, report a decline in sentiment over recent months and elevated uncertainty about the economic outlook, largely reflecting trade policy concerns. It remains to be seen how these developments might affect future spending and investment. In the labor market, conditions have remained solid. Payroll job gains averaged a moderate 124,000 per month in the first 5 months of the year. The unemployment rate at 4.2% in May remains low and has stayed in a narrow range for the past year. Wage growth has continued to moderate while still outpacing inflation. Overall, a wide set of indicators suggests that conditions in the labor market are broadly in balance and consistent with maximum employment.
Longs, Alex.
The labor market is not a source of significant inflationary pressures. The strong labor market conditions in recent years have helped narrow long-standing disparities in employment and earnings across demographic groups. Inflation has eased significantly from its highs in mid-2022, but remains somewhat elevated relative to our 2% longer-run goal. Estimates based on the Consumer Price Index and other data indicate that total PCE in prices rose 2.3% over the 12 months ending in May, and that, excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core PCE prices rose 2.6%. Near-term measures of inflation expectations have moved up over recent months, as reflected in both market and survey-based measures. Respondents to surveys of consumers,
Thank you, everybody, for being here. We got 400 people in here.
Point to tariffs as a driving
230
factor.
likes.
Beyond
Thank
the
you
next
for
year or
smacking
so,
up those
however,
likes,
most
supporting the
measures of
channel. I do
longer-term
appreciate you guys being
expectations
here.
remain consistent with our 2%
Much love.
inflation goal.
Thank you.
Our monetary policy actions are guided by our dual mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. With the labor market at or near maximum employment and inflation remaining somewhat elevated, the Federal Open Market Committee has maintained the target range for the federal funds rate at 4.25% to 4.5% since the beginning of the year. We have also continued to reduce our holdings of Treasury and agency mortgage-backed securities, and beginning in April, further slowed the pace of this decline to facilitate a smooth transition to ample reserve balances. We will continue to determine the appropriate stance of monetary policy based on the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. Policy changes continue to evolve, and their effects on the economy remain uncertain.
Nice entry
The
there,
effects of
Dave.
tariffs will depend, among other things, on their ultimate level. Expectations of that level, and thus of the related economic effects, reached a peak in April and have since declined. Even so, increases in tariffs this year are likely to push up prices and weigh on economic activity. The effects on inflation could be short-lived, reflecting a one-time shift in the price level. It is also possible that the inflationary effects could instead be more persistent.
Losing
Avoiding that
momentum
outcome
here.
will depend on the size of the tariff effects, on how long it takes for them to pass through fully into prices, and ultimately on keeping longer-term inflation expectations well anchored.
Losing
The
momentum here.
FOMC's
Possible
obligation is to
short.
keep longer-term inflation expectations well anchored and to prevent a one-time increase
Coming down
in
to the
price
bottom
level
of the
from
orb.
becoming an ongoing inflation problem. As we act to meet that obligation, we will balance our maximum employment and price stability mandates, keeping in mind that without price stability, we cannot achieve the long periods of strong labor market conditions that benefit all Americans. For the time being, we are well positioned to wait to learn more about the likely course of the economy before considering any adjustments to our policy rate. To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Fed will do everything we can to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you. I look forward to your questions.
Thank you. Now, I'll be keeping us to a pretty strict 5 minutes, as we have a lot of senators who want to and deserve time with the chair of the Fed. So, Senator Rounds, we'll start with you.
Rolling over right now.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the courtesy. Chairman Powell, first of all, let me just touch base on, I'm just curious, a couple of items almost of housekeeping nature. With regard to Wells Fargo, was that asset cap and removing it, that was a unanimous vote by all 7 Fed governors, as I recall?
Yes, it was.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciated the chairman bringing up the fact that you have identified reputational risk and have addressed it. I think that was a really important item for the Fed to do, following up on both the OCC and the FDIC's actions. As you know, past Fed materials like the Supervision and Regulation Report often embedded reputational risk within the management component of the CAMELS rating system without clear metrics or accountability. That kind of ambiguity can chill lawful activity and distract from your core mission, monitoring capital, liquidity, and operational resilience. Now that the Fed is moving toward a more objective and disciplined approach to supervision, how will you make sure that this change is fully implemented at the examiner level? And more broadly, what other regulatory updates can we expect?
So on following through on supervision, Vice Chair for Supervision Bowman actually brings an unusual background to this work, and that is that she's a former supervisor. So she speaks that language and relates to their work. And I think if anyone can have an effective relationship with them and work with them successfully, it would be Vice Chair for Supervision Bowman. So I'm confident about that. As we think about things that are going on in the pipeline.
Not for me, though.
So I would just point to a few things.
Not that appealing.
Basel III Endgame. We're going to look at the rating system. We're going to be actually voting to put out for comment something on supplemental leverage ratio this afternoon. We're looking at our merger policy. Stress tests is a big thing, and there are a number of things that we're looking at. Everything looking a little bit toppy
here on the short-term time frame, so we could get a pullback within the next couple of hours.
Thank you, sir. The payment of interest on reserves has become a central pillar of the Fed's post-crisis monetary policy framework. Since the transition away from the pre-2008 scarcity model, where reserves were tightly managed to influence the federal funds rate, the Fed has relied on an ample reserves regime using administered rates like interest on reserves to maintain control over the short-term rates. As of February 2025, nearly 19% of the $18 trillion in bank assets were effectively loans to the Federal Reserve earning interest. Given this structural shift, how feasible would it be for the Fed to return to a scarcity-based framework where reserves earn little or no
key levels
interest?
For all the Discord members.
And if interest on reserves were eliminated, what would be the impact that would have on the Fed's ability to unwind its balance sheet and manage policy rates?
So we're in an ample reserve framework now, and that's a good thing. That's a result of the global financial crisis and the desire to have lots and lots of liquidity and large liquidity requirements for our largest banks in particular. So that's a good thing, and that enables banks to keep lending through stress and that kind of thing. If you were to want to go back to a scarce reserves, it would be a long and bumpy and volatile road. I wouldn't recommend that we undertake that road. It would not save any money. There's an illusion that it would save money. That is not the case. And it would also not make credit more available. This, in effect, I would say having a lot of liquidity in the system, which is what goes with ample reserves, make sure that banks will be able to continue to lend. So we think it works, and I think unwinding it is a policy choice which could be executed, but it would take years to execute, and it would be challenging and quite volatile.
Thank you. I've just got about 35 seconds left or so, but I did want to touch on one item that the chairman mentioned it, and I think it's important. I know that you didn't mention it in your opening statement, but would you talk a little bit about just exactly what's going on with your
I
building?
like that
When
we've
you have
lost
that
the
type
low
of
here.
overrun on the prices, and you're talking about billions of dollars in costs, I think it's appropriate for you to be able to explain to the committee exactly what's going on. Would you take a few minutes, please, and explain what's going on with the
I'm in the
value of
short-
that building and why the costs seem to be so exorbitant?
I'd be glad to if I can have that time. So
Please.
I got that
thank you for the
retest
letter
back
we
in
received
there, looking
late
for this to
yesterday.
roll over,
We
everybody.
will provide a
Not
much
in,
more
not
detailed
in a very
response.
easy
but
trade setup to
just
give here.
generally,
Retest of the orb,
I would just say
continuation down.
we do take seriously our
Stop loss to
responsibility as
entry,
stewards
continuation
of
down.
the public's money. And the other thing I would start with
Coming
is
back, retesting
no,
those highs
no one
right
in
now.
office
It's just a quick
wants
scalp.
to do a major renovation of a historic building during their term in office. Much prefer to
Nothing
leave
to
that
back
to your
up the train
successors.
about.
And this is a great example why. Let
taken
alone
that short
two
on that loss
historic
of
buildings that
momentum.
needed a lot of work. But we decided to take it on because, honestly, when I was the administrative governor before I became chair, I came to understand how badly the
Easy
Eccles
short,
building
yeah.
really needed
Easy
a
continuation
serious
trade.
renovation. It never had one. It was not really safe, and it was not waterproof and that kind of thing. So we took it on. I would start by I would also say that the media reports that you accurately quoted, they're misleading and inaccurate in many, many respects. And I would just point to, there's no VPI dining room. There's no new marble. We took down the old marble. We're putting it back up. We'll have to use new
talking about
marble
some
where
dumb
some of the
building
old
right now.
marble broke, but there's no new, there are no special elevators. They're old elevators that have been there. There are no new water features. There's no beehives, and there's no roof terrace gardens.
Okay, stop that
Other than
there.
that, so all of the sort of
Another
inflammatory things that the
$80
media
trade
carry
there.
are either
Okay, on to the next one.
not in the current plan or
Nice
just
bounce off of our
inaccurate.
retest here of the-
But it was notwithstanding
the
that,
highs.
the cost overruns are what they are. So let me just say on that.
Well, we're well over the 5-minute mark. I'm happy to give you time to talk about that. I'm happy that there are no beehives in there, but we're going to figure out what they are anyway.
GG's, Rashad.
Senator Warren.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr.
Chairman.
Chairman.
Slow and steady.
you.
Be the turtle.
So Chair Powell,
Be the
Fed
turtle.
released its updated economic
Be the
projections
otter.
last week, and I appreciate your summary.
Nice bounce
But I
here.
want to look at the trend lines here. The Fed's outlook on inflation, the labor market, and GDP growth have all gotten worse. Compared to your economic projections in December, the latest numbers show that the Fed is now projecting higher inflation from 2.5% in December now
Retest
to
of orb.
1%. Higher unemployment from 4.3% to 4.5%. Lower economic growth from 2.1% projected just 6 months ago to 1.4% that you're now projecting. Chair Powell, what has changed
Big
in the
old
last
recovery
6
candle here,
months that has
closing in
caused
the orb?
Fed to forecast substantially higher inflation, somewhat higher unemployment, and lower economic growth than you did in December?
So some of it is just taking signal from data reports that we've seen. Some of it is people working in the possible effects in the short term of tariffs. We have no view on the wisdom or the longer term effects of trade policy. It's not our job. And by the way, I should add, our forecasts are generally, and in this case, are very, very similar to what outside forecasters are calling
I understand that.
for.
I'm just using you as the gold standard here. I know it's consistent. But you mentioned tariffs as one of the things that has changed over the last 6 months.
I like this for a long.
You know, Donald Trump has become president and the economy has headed down. Not only does the Fed data now show slower growth and higher prices this year.
I like this for a long.
It sees slower growth
I'm in.
and higher prices over the next 2 years as well. And the Fed sees no longer-term boost to the economy or drop in inflation. In other words, no upside to Trump's chaotic tariff war or his other economic policies.
Failed or
so
breakdown.
Let's talk for just a minute about what's under the hood.
Continuation
of the Fed's
trade
economic
here.
forecast.
TP1 hit.
Chair Powell, I know a lot of different factors influence
100
the
realized
trajectory
again.
of interest rates. Is one of those
I flipped
factors
long.
how quickly the federal debt
100
grows
realized.
relative to the growth in the economy?
Stop
Not
loss to
directly,
entry again.
No, we don't look at that as a factor that helps us set monetary policy.
So you're not watching the ratio between the amount of the federal debt and the growth in the economy?
No.
How fast the debt is growing and how fast the economy is growing? I think I have quotes from you.
She's so
saying
miserable,
last year,
man.
quote, we don't need to pay the debt down. We don't need to balance the budget. We just need the economy to grow faster than the debt. Are you saying something different from that now?
What the five
No,
finger state of the
when
face?
asked and pressed, I pretty much always say the same thing as my predecessors, which is that we're on an unsustainable path. I would not say, though, that we do, I will say this, we do not look at federal financial policy and deficits as something that affects our month-to-month monetary policy decisions.
I'm trying to get the overall projection of what happens in the economy. So, for example, I think you have made the point that if we spend on things like childcare that can boost labor participation and GDP, that may be a time when you offset the debt that you incur
Laggy.
to do that.
The exchange can't
But
handle the truth.
if there aren't investments like that and we are simply running up the debt, what's the impact of increasing the national
Let's
debt?
go, Betty.
So I understand that you don't comment on fiscal policy, but it does affect your job, which is keeping inflation under control and also maximizing employment. If certain policies would materially drive up the national debt
You're so grumpy.
and increase the
Someone give her a
debt to
cookie or something.
GDP ratio over time,
Take another
could
half
that
off.
make it more likely that we would
Retesting
see
this low
inflation,
here.
all else being equal?
I mean, theoretically, sure, fiscal policy can add to inflation.
get
but
there.
that's,
If
again,
we get
that's
there.
really
If
not
not,
something we
happy
comment
days,
on.
$100.
We try to stay away from
I understand
fiscal
you don't
policy.
comment on it, but I do appreciate your acknowledgement of the math.
He
here.
laughing at her.
You know, the Joint Committee on Taxation projects
GG's.
the one big beautiful bill would
See if we
increase
can hold
federal
orb here.
deficits by
Failed orb break
$4.2
down.
trillion.
Test continuation
According to
trade.
analysis by the
Coming back.
Congressional Budget Office
Might
and the
stop
Yale
us
Budget
out. That's
Lab,
fine.
the bill raises the debt to GDP by 24 percentage points. It slows
Breadcrumbs
economic
today,
growth,
baby.
it increases
It's a
inflation, and it
$300
reduces
day.
real wages.
Quick
So
little
two
scalps,
of Trump's
right?
signature policies, his tariffs and his
A little
tax
bit of
bill,
patience.
will increase costs for American families. When America borrows money, it should
not a
be
bad
for
day.
investments that Americans need,
Be the
like
turtle.
investments in childcare or housing or healthcare that would actually boost economic growth and lower costs. America should not take away healthcare
She would
from
debate the
millions of
cookie.
people who need it and then borrow trillions of dollars just so that a handful of billionaires and giant corporations
All right, stopped
can
out.
get even richer. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, ma'am.
Stopped out.
Chair,
GG's again.
Banks are facing a record number of regulations.
Chair
Small
Powell's had
community
enough.
banks
Look
are
at him.
especially burdened by compliance costs. Bank capital requirements should also be appropriately calibrated so banks are not forced to park
Chopping here.
capital on the sidelines,
Nasdaq
limiting
pushing
access
back
to
here.
capital for Americans and small businesses. I was pleased to see that the Fed
I
is
like a
looking to
failed
reform the
orb
supplementary
retest
leverage
breakout.
ratio. The SLR is supposed to act as a backstop to
Still very slow
risk-based
price
capital
action, guys.
requirements, but too often the SLR acts as a binding requirement for U.S. banks. Would you agree that adjusting
Low
the
AF.
SLR would free up capital for banks to invest more in treasury markets and
That
other
retest
low-risk
was
assets
perfect.
that would be beneficial to families and businesses across the country?
Trigger
I would
wave
agree,
coming here
yes.
on the 3 minute. Looking
Do you
bullish.
agree with so Vice Chair Supervision?
Everything else
BloFin
looking bearish, okay?
Recently acknowledged that regulators tend to review individual elements of the capital framework in isolation without considering whether proposed changes are sensible in the aggregate and contribute to a capital framework in which all components work together effectively. Do you agree with her assessment, and how are you looking at the capital framework holistically to ensure that the Fed is not stifling economic growth?
Well, we're looking at basically the two big pieces now are Basel III and the leverage ratio. And I'm pretty confident we'll move on both of those in the relatively
looks
near
good.
future. And they fit together, as we discussed. The leverage ratio was always supposed to be a backstop rather than the binding. We want risk-based capital to be the binding capital requirement. So that's how those two pieces work together.
And as you look at I hope, a reintroduction of Basel III, if you're thinking about the bones of Basel III, obviously, over the last several years, we talked about this on Monday, we've heard the comment that the capital requirement was about right, although that
Very
capital
slow,
requirement
guys.
has been going up every year. And so as you look at Basel III coming back and hopefully being reintroduced and not just recalibrated, what do you forecast?
Well, we very much look forward to working with our colleagues at
That's enough for you, man. Friends, slow, bit painful. 3 trades, 3 wins, little breadcrumbs. That's it. Nothing much today. Big move in the right off the hop. Let them talk. There's the link. I put it in the chat if you do want to watch that interview thingy. It's not for me, man. It's not for me. Join the Discord. We got a Discord live today. Looking forward to that. I would say a retracement is more likely than anything. Lots of liquidity below us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys coming through. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Trade safe. Much love, and I'll see you guys later. All right. Bye.
On the come up, better sit low. The product base, but it drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. AlexOCrypto, fit the party like a disco. Band bass like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto. AlexOCrypto.